So, Paul, first of all, let's start off. What is Kimberly House?
In a nutshell, we try to give people who are recovering from alcohol and drug abuse a second chance. A place to live that's safe, sound, while they go about getting back on their feet and getting and staying straight. You know.
And was Kimberly House your idea? Did you create Kimberly House, or did you take it over?
I would like people to think that. No, there's a gentleman from Illinois, a man by the name of John Weiss, and he wanted to do something for the county, and Sturgeon Bay in particular, and without giving away too much information about him, because he likes to stay a little bit anonymous, he was getting ready to retire, and he just had this idea of doing something. And seeing he knew a bunch of recovering people up here, he asked, would you need a house? You know, and people want to give you something free, you don't turn it away.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and you say, yeah. You know, so we got this very, very old, run down, falling apart, beaten up house. We got some old pictures of it. It's scary. There's 3-foot holes in the ceiling. There's moss growing in the basement. And everybody in the recovering community came out from the woodwork and worked on it in '97, and it's a beautiful place now. It's really homey.
Yeah.
You know.
And what kind of programs do you have there?
Programs, we try to leave most of that to like the pros. We're not counselors. I'm not a counselor. You know, I've been there. I've done that. I can share that with people. My wife's the same way. The man that we have working weekends, every other weekend, so we can have a day off every now and then. He's been there, he's done that. But as far as counseling per se, that they have to have, the people who stay with us have to get a counselor, a professional counselor who knows really what they're doing. You know, we can share what we've been through. We can share how we got back on the straight, you know. But you know, we don't want to step out of our into bigger shoes and do things that we're not really licensed to do. So we offer a house. We offer a home. You know, we tell them they're doing a good job. You know, they can go to sleep without worrying about the person next to them hurting them. There's no family abuse or whatever. It's just a really, really lovely place. You know, we make them do all these other things. They have to go get counseling. They have to get, if the counselors say IOP, which is intense outpatient, or anything, then the counselor's word, that counts. If the counselor says do it, you do it. If you don't do it, you leave the house. You know. You go to a 12-step recovery meeting every day, at least one every day. You get a sponsor. You become responsible. You know, we give you chores around the house. But you know, most people that we get, they don't have anything to be responsible for. Most of the people that we have a joke at, most people move in. They move in with a couple Walmart bags. Old plastic bags with a couple sets of socks, a shirt, and another sweatshirt, and that's about it. That's all they have. They're out of jail, or they're out of prison, or they're living in the street, and they got nothing, And so this is quite the step up, So it's nice.
And so, how many people in your 16, 17 years have gone through Kimberly House and been able to kind of find placement in other roles in our society? If you have that number.
I don't have a number exact, no. We can only do 4 at any given time. There's 2 bedrooms with 2 twin beds in each one. And then we stay there. We try to we sleep overnight. We always have somebody sleeping overnight there. I'm there more than, and my wife is there more than we're home. it's actually become more like a home for us, actually. But you figure 4 people, and for the last 10 years, we've been pretty much full all the time except for last year. And so, you know, do the math. There's a lot of people who've come from different towns, different states, and this town, who are either amongst us, doing very, very well, you know, got married, moved on, you know, and they like to not think about it anymore, you know, but they show up, you know.
Okay, and I mean, I'm sure, I don't know if this happens a lot to you, but, you know, the people that go through Kimberly House, do they come back? And if they do come back, what's been the feedback? Do they thank you? Is there a lot of gratitude? What's been your experience with maybe some of the graduates, if you will?
The graduates, that's the word, the graduates, you know, because we do have a graduation ceremony. We have these little medallions that we had made up, and they're unique and they're one of a kind. And if you do the deal and you stay 3 months, 4 months, whatever, and you stay straight and you stay sober, you earn one of those, and you go through a graduation process, which is quite touching, actually. A lot of tears, a lot of laughter, a lot of everything. Those people love us. Everybody loves us, you know. We're part of their family. You can't live side by side with someone for that many months and not become part of their family. And then there's a few people who we've had to kick out, and the repercussions of them being kicked out is jail. And they thank us, but, you know, there's a little bit of resentment there, you know. But we always, you know, if they want to come back at some point and give it a shot, they got it, you know. The only problem is finances, you know, keeping the place open. I do it for nothing. I donate my time. So.
Okay. What's maybe your biggest challenge of running? Is it just finances? Is it
keeping the place open? The biggest challenge is money. We need to raise a little better than $100,000 every year, and it's pretty tough.
Mm-hmm.
And it used to cost $150 a week for anybody to stay there, but that's everything. All the food you can eat, everything. And most people couldn't afford that. You know, we're not going to kick somebody out just because they can't afford it. You know, we're just not going to do it. We may tell them ahead of time, you have to come up with something somehow, you know, and we'll help them with that. But, you know, we raised it this year to $250 a week. We can charge that, but what are we going to get? You know, that's always the problem. Are we going to turn them down? You know, if they're sincere.
They're sincere that they want to get help, but they may not.
Turn them down?
Yeah, they may only be able to afford the $150, but they're willing to do the other work to kind of make their keep.
You know, if they're doing enough, you know, miracles happen.
Mm-hmm.
You know, see them every day. You know, some of the people I know that have gone through the Kimberly House, people I've known for years and years and years, and I thought most of those people would be dead by now. You know, and they're holding down jobs. They've got spouses. They've got kids. They're paying taxes. You know, to all those guys out there, you could pay us back someday. That would be nice. You know, but as much as money is a priority, we can't make that a priority in the house, because priority is sobriety. Just being straight. I was at a thing last night that the police chief put it on, and
the heroin summit.
Yeah, yeah, marvelous. You know, I wish, and I think the chief says the same thing. I wish there'd have been 300 people there. People need to know this. I've been dealing with people at the Kimberly House with heroin for years. You know, it's not something I like to deal with.
Has that been growing over the years?
Oh yeah.
The heroin. Okay.
Oh yeah. Years ago, my first time I had to deal with it, I went up to a guy's house to do a 12-step call, and 12-step is just, you know, sharing or helping or whatever. And there's this guy passed out with a needle in his arm, you know. And you know, we got him some help,
Mhm.
and he got straight for a while, but we, you know, didn't stay that way. It's a tough thing.
Yeah. Now, I mean, you've been doing this for a long time, and if there's people that are listening or seeing this or reading about this, what's your advice? Like, if they're kind of on that edge, like, you know, I don't have a problem, but maybe I should go get some help. What's your advice to those people?
Well, once you ask yourself that question, that, you know, maybe I might have a problem, and it may have not taken off yet, you know, but if maybe I have a problem, it's like maybe I'm on fire. You're gonna look at it, and you really should look at it, you know, and you may find out you don't, you know, but you're gonna take a look, and if you got some problems, then there's plenty of places up here in Door County to get, especially if you have insurance and any kind of job or whatnot, to get any kind of help. Counselors galore, you know, but counselors don't get you sober. Counselors help you get sober. It's up to you, you know, to change. You gotta change your playmates and playgrounds, you know. You gotta do what's necessary. Sometimes that's pretty tough,
Mm-hmm.
you know. People talk about quitting smoking and stuff like that, you know, and that's tough, because I've quit smoking too, but this other stuff, this kills you, you know, and we've had a lot of people who have been in the Kimberly House who are now deceased, you know, because they couldn't get it.
And if people want to help Kimberly House, how do they do that?
Very large checks. Or big stacks of $50 bills. No, I don't know. Wish us the best. Support us in any way you can think of. One of the neat things is there's a church up in northern Door County, and the ladies all make coverlets, or what's that where they sew them all together?
Quilt?
Quilts, yeah. And they drop off these quilts 8 at a time or whatever, and we put them on each bed, and if you're a resident, and when you pick that bed, or given that bed, whatever, that quilt is now yours for life. You get to take that with you when you leave, you know, and they want to let people know that they're worth it, you know, and most people, we find them with alcohol and drug abuse, you know, they don't think they're worth anything. And after a period of time, if they've been abusing themselves, you know, most of society doesn't think they're worth anything. And when we live in a tourist industry, or a tourist county, people don't want to see it. And as long as it's not visible.
Out of sight, out of mind.
Yeah. You know, and I did a thing for the United Way one year, and, you know, they help us all. Wow, if it wasn't for them, my God. But I think there's a bigger problem north of town, up in Schuster Bay and whatnot. I think that's a bigger problem, especially as the summer goes along. I wish I had an answer for all of it. My wife and I have a joke that it's a dream, but it's a joke. Someday we're going to win one of those huge lotteries or something, and then what we're going to do is we're going to, give it to the county or the city or whatever, or most of it, and for the express purpose of a center for people to recover at. And detox. There is nowhere in this county to detox. People who want to detox can't. And that's scary.
Kimberly House would be the closest thing that they can do that at?
We can't detox here at our place either because we don't have we're not insured for it, and if people are detoxing from alcohol, especially the guys that we get and the gals that we get the serious ones. We get the ones that most people say are hopeless. If they're going to detox, they can die. Alcohol will kill you. Mm-hmm. Methamphetamine will make you wish you were dying. Heroin will make you wish you were dying. But you can't just go show up and say, I'm having this moment of clarity, and I would like to quit. Could you help me? Could you give me a bed and let me detox for a couple of days? Can't do it. They do not do it. They will take you into the emergency room up here if you're in the middle of detoxing and your vital signs are dangerous.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to be dying,
Yeah.
you know. So it stops a lot of people, you know. They go, man, I gotta go through all that. Maybe I'm not quite ready for that. So I think we're gonna lose more people, you know. That's serious. You know. We also need more beds. We need another building, you know, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
This isn't enough. Green Bay, at one time, when we first started, I was going to Green Bay a lot, and people were saying, we're getting this thing started because everybody heard that Door County has, you know, Little Sturgeon Bay has this 4-bed
Mm-hmm.
recovery place, and we don't have anything. So we were one up on them for a little while,
Yeah.
you know.
And then
They had
they
treatment
expanded.
centers and stuff,
Yeah.
but yeah, treatment center up here, that'd be cool.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
You know, take care of our own brothers and sisters, mothers and daughters. You know.